Yo, what up? How you guys doing out there today? This is your boy Ruddle Beast. I'm here with my boy Jeremy, and we're here to present you our NBA live segment for Tuesday, January 15th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This week, I watch all of our NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. And if you haven't came and checked out our website here at dfscheatsheet.com, you're absolutely missing out. We have all the tools to help you compete with the pros day in and day out, including a complete optimizer, tons of content, daily Fanduel and DraftKings cash lineups. Hey, we're truly a one-stop shop for all your DFS needs. You got to make sure, come check out the site, dfscheatsheet.com. So, hey, what's up, man? How you doing out there, Jeremy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just trying to break the slate down and get my lines in.
Yeah, man. So, man, everything that I'm looking at today, all the numbers are pointing into stacking this OKC and Atlanta game, and I'm not really feeling comfortable with them, man.
Well, it's just like I said when we did the shoot around video that was the chalk spot, and like I said, I mean, I'm you'll have to get some exposure to it just in case, maybe like in a hedge. If you're gonna max center, or even if you're running 10 lineups, do two and get exposure to this or whatever. That's my plan. But I like other spots a lot, and maybe I'm off my rocker today. I don't know, but I mean, it's a lot for a blowout spot.
Yeah, no, that's the thing that's really scaring me. But then I have a bad thing of I go and guess that something's gonna be a blowout spot, and then somehow, some way, shape, or form, it ends up being close. And that's just my kind of luck I have right there, man.
I'm not. But look, it's always going to be about what's going to make sense, right? And I just can't figure out 12,000 for Russ in this spot versus 10,000 for Steph, who's playing at a super high level right now. I mean, the one guy in that game that's clearly the chalk and is clearly a lock in all formats for me is Spellman. It's just salary relief, and you don't have to get 100% exposure to the guy, but I mean, the guy's starting, coming off a good game on the 13th. It's going to be a chalk spot to put Omari Spellman in your lineups at that power forward 2 spot, but I don't. This is not a stackable game for me by any means.
Yeah, man. So you think that you gotta go that you're going with Steph Curry over Russ Westbrook today?
I'm not saying that I'm going with Steph over Westbrook. I'm saying from an exposure standpoint, I have far more Steph than I do Russell.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, man. I'm still trying.
I will tell you this: there's really like 4 guys at the point guard spot that I'm playing a lot of, and I have Curry, Westbrook, and then I've got Chris Dunn, which I've got quite a bit, and then I've got Jamal Murray quite a bit, and then you can also throw Lonzo in those 3 guys in that $7,000 price range.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of where I'm at as well. Oh man. Yeah, so I'm just debating this, like how much OKC do I really want in this spot? I think 4 is too much, man. I really do.
Well, the thing you have to look at is Paul George, right? I mean, Paul George at 9.7 feels like that's the best buy at small forward tonight. So I can understand the exposure to Paul George. And look, Paul George has had a couple of down games, 34, 37, 39. But outside of that, the guy's been on absolute, fire. Dallas, you can throw those 2 games out for me. I don't really put a lot of stock in what people do against Dallas. Just that's just kind of my own rule. But I mean, going back all the way, Minnesota, Utah, we know the Brooklyn game he had, the Sacramento game he had. The guys put up monster games. This is a spot where they struggle really. You're looking at Tyron Prince going to get 15 minutes tonight is what just came out. So you're looking at a Bimbre, a Herter, a Trae Young, nobody who's extremely a good defender. Spellman is a drop spot play. This is an absolute terrible spot to play the guy, if you ask me. It's very similar to when he was a very popular chalky play going against the Warriors about a month and a half ago, and the guy ended up playing like 4 minutes because he couldn't stay out of foul trouble, and they went with Alex Len. So I mentioned Alex Len earlier. That's a good spot to get some exposure to in this one. But to me, if I'm going to get exposure on Oklahoma City side, I'm going to go with 3 guys. I'm sorry. I'll have sparing ownership to Westbrook in comparison to the other guys I've mentioned. But the guys I will have ownership is Paul George, Steven Adams, and Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, no, for sure. So say it's tough. It's tough to really decide which route you want to go with, for sure. As I'm just kind of going back and forth. I really like some of them Lakers and Bulls as well. I think that's going to be a really, really good game. On that one as well. Yeah. So I mean, we really have to decide. So I have a question for you. Would you rather go with if say position didn't matter just in general? Would you rather go with a Steph Curry at 10,000 or a Paul George at 9,700?
I would probably say in this spot, it's a coin flip, dude. That's a coin flip question for a couple of simple reasons. You have Paul George going against an absolute defensively inept team, and Steph Curry is going against a much better defensive team. Difference being usage and ball in hand. Steph Curry and that quick trigger, he will have the ball in his hand probably more than a Paul George will in this spot. So that's why I'm going to say that's really a coin flip. That's just a race.
Yeah, no, I get you for sure. I was just curious. Let me see what you got to say about that question right there. Yeah, man. I mean, I honestly think too. I think that man, have you heard anything on Miles Turner yet?
Miles Turner playing, Corey Joseph available to play, Darren Collison all available to play.
Oh yeah, so that takes away some of them guys as well. Yeah, I definitely think. I mean, I really like that Warriors and Nuggets game. My only thing about it is we know that Denver is a really good defensive team, and they're at home as well.
The thing that I like is, and you know me, I like to take a look at previous game history and then compare that to what somebody's doing currently over their last 5. And that's why if you get on the website and use the tools we have, we've built tools around those specific things to take a look at what a player is doing recently and what a player's done against the current team. And let's take a look at those two things with Steph. Monster game against Dallas, 68.7, and then pretty steady in the 40s. You take a look at his last 5, he's averaging right at 49.6 fantasy points, and he's at a $10,000 price tag. So for cash games, that 5X figure we talk about, he's right at that right now. So he's a very fair price. Take a look at what he's done against Denver. Right about the same. He's at the 48, 41, 39.5. This game is only a 1-point spread. I think Steph has he's hot, and when shooters get hot, you have to play shooters. So this is a spot to me where I think could be a blow-up spot for Steph to go out for 55, 60 fantasy points again.
Yeah, man, I do like Steph tonight. I'm like, it's so hard. I'm just going back and forth. Russ or Steph. That's really what I'm just really going back and forth for. But yeah, man, I mean, we can get to some questions. If we've got no questions, I mean, I'm ready to kind of dig deeper and kind of work on my lineups a little bit more. So definitely, if you guys got any questions on tonight's slate, hit us in the comment section down below. We will get to those questions for you ASAP. And one thing I am noticing on this slate, bro, is Oladipo is going to be super low owned. Hello? Yo, Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you hear that one or no?
You got me?
Yeah, I got you now. Sorry, we're in California right now. We got a bunch of storms that are just absolutely going crazy right now. Weather's crazy outside, messing up the internet a little bit. But I was telling you, I think the Antetokounmpo is going to be really, really low owned.
I could see Giannis being low owned with people paying up for Westbrook, people paying up. You got multiple centers in the $11,000 price range tonight. I could see that.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's going to be low owned. I think Joel Embiid is going to be a little bit low owned as well on this slate. Man, I keep looking at Jokic, bro. I love him. I don't know why. GPP only, but I think he's a really, really good player tonight.
Derrick Rose will play tonight. That just came out as well.
Yeah, for sure. So, all right, man. Well, we got no questions. That's really I just wanted to break down the slate a little bit more, just talk about some things that we're seeing and what's trending right now. I mean, you got anything else to say? If not, I mean, no questions. I'm ready to get up out of here.
So it looks like we got a question about paying up at center or paying all the way down to Alex Len at 4.3. I don't mind either. I think Alex Len is kind of a gut feeling for me. I've seen this spot, and like I said, I mentioned against the Warriors about a month and a half ago. Atlanta was in Oakland, Spellman in the same type of chalky spot, and it was Alex Len who came in off the bench and actually had the more solid game. The problem we're talking about Alex Len is that 4.3 price tag. It's not a giveaway spot. You need him to get you 20 plus. You're going to take a tournament down with him. So, that's what you're hoping for in a spot like this, paying down for Alex Len. And then it just really depends on how you want to build your lineups. Who are you paying up for tonight? To me, we know that you can guarantee that the one guy that's going to be the chalkiest in this Oklahoma City Atlanta game is going to be Paul George. Just my opinion. I think George will be higher owned than Westbrook will, because I think people would rather pay 9-7 for Paul George than pay 12 for Westbrook.
Yeah, for sure. At Bronco DP, we actually just been debating that for the past 20 minutes, pretty much. If we're gonna go with Paul George or Westbrook or go with both of them, it's tough, man. If you think that the game is gonna stay close a little bit, at least going into the fourth quarter against Atlanta, then I definitely think that you can have either one or both of them. I just don't know if it really is going to stay close, and that's really my worry with Paul George and Westbrook.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, honestly, though, I understand that Paul George is cheaper at 9-7, and Westbrook is more expensive at 12,000. But at the same time, Westbrook gives you, in my opinion, like a higher floor point per dollar wise than Paul George. What do you think about that?
Yeah, look, let's pop it open. And here's the thing with Westbrook, okay? Outside of the San Antonio game where he went out for 76 with the ungodly assist and point number, he hasn't shot the ball really well, and his points have been really, really, really based off of assists and rebounds, because he's not shot the ball very good this year. He just hasn't. So, this could be a game where he does shoot the ball better because it's a worse defensive team in Atlanta. But, I don't know if I'm feeling Russ, man, and I don't know if he's going to be – this is not 2 years ago or last year where if he was 12,000, you could not play the guy. You had to play him, right? This is Russ at 12,000 where there's other spots tonight. If he goes off for 70, I think there's plenty of spots where it's not going to hurt you if you don't have him. But if Paul George goes off for 70 at 9-7, you're not going to be able to win anything tonight without that. I really think in tournaments you could see George in the 30 to 50% owned, because it's such a popular chalky spot.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That makes sense for sure. So yeah, man. I think that's about it for us. I'm ready to get up out of here. Like I said, I just got to do some more deep diving and figure out which direction I'm going to go. And I am really liking Curry though, saving the 2,000. That's a big difference, and that can help you. That's the difference between you getting a scrub in your lineup and you getting a really good player to kind of go with Steph Curry. So hey, thanks as always, Jeremy, for jumping on here and helping me out, answer some questions. Didn't have too many today. We will try to get this back as much as possible. We just right now before lock, it's really, really busy right now. We're all trying to get our lineups and stuff in, so it's hard to constantly jump on here every single day. But we try our best to get in here and help you guys out. So real quick before we get out, Cam wants to know Lynn or Spellman. I'll let you go ahead and handle that real quick.
Jeremy Lin's been ruled out. He's not playing tonight, so if that answers your question. Spellman's a lock. In cash games, nobody's a lock. In tournaments, you can build a tournament however you want. You can be contrarian, etc. But Spellman will be extremely high owned tonight in cash because it's a 3,500 drop spot. He's in the same spot, $200 cheaper than Ilyasova was in 2 nights ago or 3 nights ago when Giannis sat.
Yeah, for sure. And hey, man, just came out. Antetokounmpo will play, officially ruled in. So some news that just came out. You still got some news you got to wait on. So make sure and stay up to date with that. You can also check out our news feed, on the front page of our website or on our optimizer, constantly coming in with news as it comes in as well. So hey, man, that's it. Thank you guys very much for checking out this video. We will be back later on tonight or tomorrow morning, breaking down tomorrow's slate. And hey, have a good evening and good luck on your lineups tonight. Peace out.